Hello programmers, let's continue with our Dog's Age program. In the first one we looked at an overview of how everything fit together. Now we're actually going to write the program step by step. So let's take a look right here. Let's begin, let's look at everything right over here. The objectives of our step-by-step program is read a program specification, identify its requirements. Requirements are, what are the input to the program is? What goes into the program to make it run? What is the output? What's the final output of the program supposed to be? And then what processing needs to take place for the program to get the right results? So to do that, we're going to build an IPO chart from step one. We're going to create a project in NetBeans and set up the initial documentation. And then we're going to import any needed libraries and define the variables needed, variables first, write the logic, and write the output statements. So that's the process that we're going to go through in this. So let's look at what we want to write. Design steps, requirements. That's what I kind of just said, but let's walk through it again. Requirements, what do they want from us? Let's design our program. Let's write our program. Let's verify that it works, and then let's do some maintenance. Let's make it better as time goes on. Programming follows this linear process, but then again it doesn't. There's huge amounts of going forward, stepping back, going a different route. It's not an exact science, but we're going to start using the waterfall method, which is one step after the other, and then as you grow as a professional you'll find other strategies. So it's a process. Let's go forward with that. So requirements. Write a program that calculates the age of dog in dog years, given the age of the dog in human years. The program should ask the user for the age of the dog in human years. Use an aging factor to determine the age of the dog in dog years. Display a nice message identifying the age of the dog, and end the program with a nice goodbye. But to be honest, I think I forgot to do that. So let's do an IPO chart. This is something we did in class, so we're going to do another one. You come up with a table as input, processing, and output. Again, write a program that calculates the age of a dog in dog years, given the age of the dog in human years. So my input is human years, how old it is. And I'm also going to have an input of a scaling factor. What is the rule for dogs aging? In this case, we're going to use 7. We're going to keep this really basic and say that a dog ages 7 years for every 1 year in real world. Now the output is going to be dog's years. And then the processing is get, calculate, and display. Get the age in human years, calculate the age in dog years, display the age in dog years. So that's kind of how we're going to work with the IPO chart. So let's create the project. All right, give the project a descriptive name, use camel casing and indent first character as well. Remove all comments that were inserted by default, and put your initial comments describing the program and setting the stage for implementing our IPO chart. So let's go do that. Okay. So if I go to my project over here, my dog's age, that one is, let's get rid of that one right there. So I'm going to close that one. Let's close. I want to close these other ones. I should have closed those before. File, new project. Make sure it's Java application. This is going to be Dog's Age Calculator. Okay. Now you'll notice right here when it does it, I'll make this a little bit bigger, it puts all this stuff in here by default. We're going to learn how to get rid of it, but it puts all this stuff there just to let you know what it's for. So the first thing I want to do is I want to delete all this. I want to delete these here. Please never turn in a program that has this stuff in there. I've had people do that. It's not a good thing. You will lose points. So description. A simple program that asks for a dog's age in human years and outputs its age in dog years. And let's put who this is. All right, so this is me. Now, you'll notice that I'm following kind of process right here. We're going to have a very structured process about how we format everything. There is a link on Canvas, and there is a document that I'm actually going to give out in class that gives exact instructions on what rules we're supposed to use for formatting. So if you go to Canvas, I've added a link called Code Conventions. And I'm going to print this out and give it to you, but this is since 1997. These are Java code conventions, and these have specific examples of how you're supposed to name things, how you're supposed to format things, how you're supposed to indent things. So these are the rules that we're going to follow for everything we're doing. Again, we'll go over that in class, and I'll probably create a video that goes over that in more detail. Okay, so that's all I need for that. So back to my program. This is the beginning structure. Public class DogsAge calculator. Here's my main, and to be honest, this one is, okay, main method of this basic program. The args are what's passed into a program. We'll learn that a ways out, but basically these are not used in this program. Okay, now to start, what we want to do is we want to declare variables. We want to get input. We want to have our processing, and we want to display our output. Okay, so this is where we start. If we go back over here and look at this thing, this relates to my IPO chart. We have to have our variables, we have to get our input from our user, do our processing, and provide our output. Okay, so that's where we start with right there.